Hello, this is EMK channel and I'm Manish Koirala. And today we have got guest, he is Ishwar Pokhrel. He worked at Nepal SBI Bank as an officer and got promoted to deputy manager. He served there from 1998 to 2008. Then he joined the Standard Bank Nepal. He worked there as a compliance advisor, a relationship manager, and he worked there from 2008 to 2011. Then after he joined United Finance Limited, he served there as a deputy general manager, GM and deputy CEO. He spent qualitative corporate time from 2011 to 2020. Welcome to this discussion, Prime Minister Pokhrel.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Manish. Thank you for the opportunity that you have provided me.
Well, I'm asking you, without wasting our time, I'm asking you, how will banking institutions ensure customers and safety of productive assets in case of crisis?
Well, we all are aware with this crisis. When you are talking about the safety of customer and safety of productive assets, we should think that what assets we put in banks. First thing, people keep deposit there, that is people's assets, cash assets. Another thing, when they take loan, they mortgage or they pledge some assets, movable assets or immovable assets. And when you are asking how the bank ensure this, the protection of the same or secure of the same, I think bank in Nepal is the most transparent business. They have been earning good profit in many years. They have good reserves also. By this 1 year or 3-4 month pandemic, they will not badly impacted. However, there is a condition of fairly bleak, and all the economic sector are severely hit. Though total deposit of Nepalese banking sector is 3,668 billion in April 2020, and the loan is 3,268 billion in Nepalese currency. That means the banking sector has maintained good liquidity around 23%. All the people are not going to withdraw the money at once. If there is a demand of cash holding, they can also tolerate the condition. So we should not be worried that the banking sector they will not ensure the position of assets. So we should not worry in this matter.
Okay. Now, how can banks ensure sustainable financing and stable cash reserve in this, the crisis period, as I can say COVID-19 in this situation? How can banks ensure?
Yeah, we used to say that when there is crisis, there is lots of opportunity also.
Okay.
So, sustainable financing, as I have said in previously, banks are running with good liquidity position. The demand of loan is not increased. However, I read yesterday the demand of loan is now started to increase. I just read yesterday. However, there is sustainable financing means providing loans to the client or demander without any difficulties. Banks are now in position to lend or fulfill the demand of loan. So there is I don't see any problem for sustainable financing or stable they have done also some kind of, you may edit this, they have also done some type of agriculture loan or something new. They are issuing, they are making new products so that the demand after COVID, post-COVID position, the banks are worrying where to lend, how to lend. So there is no issue in recent days to do sustainable financing in where there is demand.
Okay, okay, all right. So I'm asking, do banking sectors have crisis management teams to manage short-term liquidity impacts and initiate appropriate countermeasures in context of
Yes, thank you for this.
our country?
Yes,
We can find here
okay.
different. Oh, okay, please go on.
Yeah, yeah, banking sector is, as we know, the best running institution in Nepal with lot of transparency and everything fairly enough. So, I don't think that every banks have made crisis management team. However, the executive body or the board of director directly involved to formulate plans, policies, and how to get release from this crisis. They have, each and every bank have that sort of scenario, though they have not given the name. Name may be different. The board and executive body, including CEO, directly look after the matter day to day. So there is crisis management team, and only, I think only some of other companies, including banks, have that sort type of team here. So we should not worry for the people's interest that there is not any crisis management team. There is crisis management team, though the name is different.
Okay. Well, what model should a bank bring to assess potential risks and define responses in the event of crisis? Question might be repeated, but I want to collect much more information from you people. You are, good, banker, you have good experience. So can you tell in very ordinary language that what model should a bank bring to assess potential risks and define response in the event of crisis? Yes, please.
Yeah, when are you talking about the morals to help in crisis? Yeah, it is now, in my opinion, this time we should not think different model to boost up the business. We should think only the survival. And I may mention that the pandemic or crisis has automatically bring some models like digital banking. It could be strengthened after post-COVID, because World Health Organization also advised the banking sector that they should boost up digital banking and avoid contact with cash. Maximum, they have advised that. And another model, in Nepal, the commercial bank or banking sector has to lend mandatory in agriculture sector. What happened after this, during this crisis, that agriculture sector should be emphasized. This is definitely emphasized worldwide. However, Nepal is based on agricultural country, we say. So our banking sector should bring some models in pushing the agriculture sector, so that the employees who are returning from abroad and the people who are not working seriously in agriculture sector, they have some interest by this environment in agriculture. And there are other loans as usual also. And one more thing, Nepalese banking sector must maintain, or country itself have to maintain the database. There is not proper database of the people. So national identity card, issuance of national identity card may be one added benefit, but it may take 2-3 years. Government has said, database sector they have to improve. That is one thing. Agriculture sector they have to push, and digital banking. We should upgrade ourselves for digital banking. I think that is all, in my opinion.
Okay, all right. So we can find out, we don't have business and people are getting problem, no any mobility. In this case, banks are calling, for a payment installment. Okay. So what I'm asking, should bank enforce to pay EMI or only interest in case of effect of this COVID-19? We can find here in developed countries, they have waived, installment of some month, but in Nepal, banks are calling. What do you think as the banker that should, the loanees pay EMI or interest only? What would you like to suggest to the bankers, to the banking institutions?
Yeah, Manish. Yeah, as a banker, I must say the bank has no option. However, there is another way of managing these things. We should not create terror. Yes, only thing I talked about database. Bank had to keep the database of each and every loan clients, their income, what they do in the morning, what they do in the evening. They have to know the things. And many banks have that type of thoughts. So, as you said that in COVID terror, why they are making more terror of asking installment and interest, whatever, many sincere banking officials are not doing so, as per my view. However,
Yeah, excuse me. I do not like to mention the name of the banks which are calling the clients. Clients told me that banks are calling frequently. In this crisis period, people are inside, they are in lock, but they are calling. So what I'm asking right now, I don't like to elaborate it from. I'm not asking you, should the clients, I mean, the loanees, pay EMI or only interest should be taken by the bank in this crisis period? For the time being, I'm asking this question. Please give me answer straight, okay?
Yeah, I agree with you. Bank should not, bank or bank official or any bank should not create terror in this situation. However, there is a trend that some loan clients are keeping money at home and not paying. That is another part. But mostly clients are affected. Let's say hotel sector, tourism sector, or hospitality sector, or any small medium enterprises and individual who are earning out of any business rather than salary. And the labor type of people, they cannot pay. In this, there is solution. Bank can do that, but only bank is not optimum for making this solution. Government has to give some incentive or something, one thing, and central bank also have to address this issue, so that, let's say, in 6 months will not make any provision for short loans, so you don't insist the client to pay if you are not able to pay. So such type of provisions should be circulated by central bank, and the bank, as you mean, they have to follow strictly by words and spirit.
Okay, I'm asking, does every bank follow the directive of Nepal Rashtra Bank? What do you think? Are they following or not the directives?
Yeah, I must say this. There is good constitution in Nepal, good rules and regulations in Nepal in writing. Do we follow that? One thing. And in circular also, we have to follow the circulars of central bank by word and spirit, as I said. not only by word, by spirit also. But in first countries like Nepal, developing countries, what people think that this can be tolerated, this can be we can do it, we can convince the people there. This way, some banks, I must say, as a banker, I have not done this in the past, any costs, but some bankers have that mindset. The central bank would not do anything, so some lapses or will they do. But however, as a compliance advisor, as you said, I must say every bank and financial institution must follow the rule of central bank. If they cannot follow, they have to convince central bank to change, which cannot be followed.
Okay, okay. Now I'm coming personally. When you were the Hanko, of the certain finance company, as we have mentioned, and the bank also, have you found out any problems while investing? Have you found problem with loanees, with other stakeholders?
Yeah, pardon me, I could not get you.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying, did you feel problem while investing?
While embracing?
Yeah, investing. While investing, did you face
Okay.
problems? Yes.
Yeah, noise is not so clear. However, I understand. Did you feel any problem while investing? No?
Yes,
By clients?
yes. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean to say, yes.
So what happened? I have worked around 22 years in banks. During that, I mostly work in credit department as a branch manager or whatever decision making role. And I have made lots of decisions of investment of people's money. That's not bank's money, that is our money.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
In that, I faced there is every type of people who comes. But if you are very having good integrity level and having sound knowledge in this sector, you can find out who is doing something wrong or who is doing some guilt. And as per my, you are asking my phenomenon, I have faced many difficult people, but handled tactfully, and no issues was raised during my working period.
Okay. All right. Now I'm asking, just I'm changing certain questions. I'm asking you, just about the political decision of the parliament and something. Do you support exit plans from lockdown of government? Government is planning, loosening the lockdown in the certain places as per the statistical data. Do you support exit plans from lockdown of government? Exit.
Yeah, definitely it is very interesting and difficult questions for me. Shall I support for the increasing trend of that many people are getting corona positive? Shall I support this or shall I support the lockdown, which totally impact the people's day-to-day life? Yeah?
So you can find out, in this, this is the closing month. We understand about this, and government is loosening the lockdown, and it can be it is a kind of exit plan. It's a long-term exit plan, or government would like to collect revenue only. What do you think? It's a clear thing, as a good citizen of the country.
Okay, Mr. Manish, you see the trend of world, Korea or Australia or any Brazil or even India, yes, our neighboring country, all are created awareness during the period of lockdown. What they have given to us, we should maintain the distance, yes, we should wear the mask, we should avoid close contacts with the people, and that awareness is already created. Due to that awareness, the government and the demand of the people also towards the opening, loosening of lockdown. So this awareness help people to maintain themselves in distance so that there is not big alarming effect. Yeah. So I support the loosening of lockdown to the extent that the people who are coming out should maintain social distance, should
Yeah,
maintain their
social
health and
social
safety.
distance. Okay.
Yeah,
That one minister told
they
that
should maintain health and safety measures.
one minister told that, Padma Arial told that we should not use social distance. We should say physical distance. Social distance may be, racism and something else. He started to say, what should we use, social distance or physical distance?
Yeah. I agree with that, Minister. I agree with that. That is physical distance. That is, I agree with this. Social distance, if that creates a racial viewpoint, I turn my point to physical distance. That means 1 meter or 3 meter. It is said 3 meter also, and using of masks and taking care of health and safety measures.
Okay. You were quite busy, your schedule was very high, I know that. So in this complete lockdown period, what did you do?
Okay. Yeah, this is good questions that is personalized to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
what
is
I
very
do
personal.
normally in the morning,
Mhm,
I do yoga of 1 hour personally.
mhm,
Yes, every day. And my time was well spent with my family.
mhm,
That consists of my elder mother also, who
mhm,
is age of 77 years,
mhm,
and my two children,
mhm,
definitely a spouse.
mhm,
And I also do involve in a ritual or that cultural matter and news also.
mhm.
I read Gita and I read some political books and some other books also. And I like to play keyboard. Sometimes I played that. I played keyboard in some Nepali Geet, Nepali
You,
songs.
you, you
Yeah.
told that you
And
read
I also involve
Mahabharata
myself.
Gita. You told you read Gita.
Yeah, Komal Gita,
But did you
Bhagavad
read
Gita.
Gita, Bhagavad Gita before you were quite busy and the lockdown, you showed the way, yeah? You should read Gita as well, yeah? Or Bhagavad, right?
No, I like the sloka of Gita. I have read this previously many times also, but
Mhm,
again, I did it because I like that the sloka in Sanskrit.
mhm.
I can share some Sanskrit sloks also, but I don't want to share now.
Okay.
And I also played some musical instrument like keyboard. I interacted with people in Zoom, many my school friends also, my college friends also, and
Mhm,
I also involved in that pre-budget discussion organized by man. And also I taught my two sons how to drive a scooty themselves, though they are in 14 and 16 years. That's
Okay.
all I did. And ultimately what I did is I involved myself in kitchen also.
Okay, kitchen. Okay, just I'm asking you, you talk about children. Did children ask you odd questions related to COVID-19? Did they ask, did your children ask you odd questions regarding COVID-19? What did they ask you in the complete lockdown period?
Yeah, Manish, it is our children are ahead than us. They collect all the news from their net and something somewhere, and what they teach us something about COVID. They do not ask what it was that unusual questions. But
Mhm.
one thing that happened when the media, Indian news regarding our border issue and different things that was discussed many times with sons, children.
Mhm. Okay.
COVID-19, they have already generated knowledge from there. So they are asking about worldometer, corona worldometer. They tell that Nepal has reached that much. and Nepal has good position, then India also, whatever. They talk, but not, I didn't observe any unusual questions regarding Corona from my children.
Okay, just again, I'm coming to the point, a professional question. Uh, as I have already told you, you are a banker, you have got experience, you have got many suggestive in a block, I should say. So in this crisis period, many personnel in the organization, they get stressed, they got in a frustration, something. So very shortcut, some points can give how to manage stress, stress management, how can people manage stress?
Yeah, one thing I must say in banking sector, the stress now is only of COVID, not of work pressure.
Mhm,
Only thing I observe is that they have to go in the premises, they
mhm,
have to handle cash, they have to interact with the people who visits there. That only the pressure, and workaholic pressure is not there. So far as because the demand of loan is not there.
mhm,
The in import and export LC bank guarantee are not in that extent when before COVID. So also government has suggested that bank can run in two shifts. So
mhm,
this is better. However, you are talking about stress management. This
mhm,
is another part in my view. Stress management, stress can be happen at home also. Yes, if
mhm.
any fragile environment that comes in mind, that brings the stress. So I advise these people, taking stress is not the solution for anybody. So
Yes, yes. I asked this question because one of the reputed A-class bank, one staff, he told that when he goes to office, he gets problem, and maybe COVID problem, or maybe the what to say, my job might go, I might not get opportunity later. I mean, a kind of trauma we can find out in personnel, and not only the banking sector is stop, everybody we can find out the traumatic situation right now. So as the management expert, I'm asking the proper way of stress management, I'm asking in this manner.
yeah, only in my opinion, the risk management is don't take any issues seriously. Yeah, even in the beginning of this pandemic, what we think that, oh, this type of pandemic has come, what will happen, will die or will what? But now we have already normalized this because people are getting out, people are even not maintaining social, and they are also demonstrating in Maitigar. Yes.
Mhm,
So one thing I suggest is do not be panic that hampers himself, not the institution.
yeah,
So
asked, yeah. Yeah, please.
some banks may are forcing these people. I suggest the executive of such bank not to make them terror, try to understand them and facilitate them. That is the role of leader.
Mhm,
Leader has to manage that.
mhm, mhm. Okay.
Yeah, advise me if I go.
Mhm. All right. So I'm asking you totally political question. I'm asking you if you give me permission.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I'm asking you. This COVID-19, the coronavirus, it has been creating, problems not only here, all over the world, as it is a pandemic. We understand. So in Nepal, we can find out protesting is going on. As you told in Maitikar, many people started protesting also. Do you think that due to this, imbalance situation, will this system will go, this federal government? I mean, Chitrabadu Keshi told once upon a time, he told that federal government is not suitable, regular expenditure cannot made properly. So how can country bear this federal government? So what is your opinion? Will it go? And is it suited to federal government in Nepal? That country is very small.
No, people are raising the questions of cost, questions of everything, that federal government will get failure. But I am not against a federal government, because look at the US, look at India, all are running federal government. And the cost now, in my opinion, this pandemic is handled locally, in local level and regional level and state level also. So I'm not against the federal government. Chitrabhadur Keshi was telling he is good guy. I don't have any comment. But what I think, federal government should be continued. However, the supreme leader, like now prime minister in this system, should be elected by people, in my opinion. Supreme
Okay.
prime minister or this president should be elected. The constitution should be like that. I'm in this page. But federalism helps to develop the federal, local areas. And I'm not against this federal, so far as you concern, in my own opinion. And
Okay.
we have, it takes some time to be familiar with the system. So there is difficult to adopt this by all people. But federal government, in my opinion, is good.
Okay, Mr. Pokhrel, you gave your quality time, here to give information about the banking condition and what should be done by the banker and what has to be done by the ordinary people, personnel, many more you gave. Thank you very much. You came here, and thank you for being with us. Thank you very much, and have a good time.